Now my last video for tonight. Video number 44. My father. Only me, when the lights turn off, I'm the only one in the darkness that always know how to masturbate myself. I cannot masturbate underneath the light. I have to close my eyes in the darkness. But I didn't know that yesterday, when I stepped down as the child out of the gorilla, over exactly how old I am? Well, 1344 years plus 691 years is my age. I was the baby out of the gorilla's stomach. And since I was born, I live on with my vibration, and my vibration is now back, complete to what I used to be when I don't need to fuck a guy and I don't need to masturbate. I just have to move myself and then I get fucked. But that was dead out of me because I make myself to be a boy and a girl in the beginning of time. Since I did that, the boys went on and make another boy and girl, boy and a girl, boy and a girl. You cannot tell someone don't touch each other. You cannot, if even you try, you can't find all of them all over the world. The only one who knows how to touch me is my father. The darkness. The wife of the wind. When you turn all the lights all over the world, it takes a switch to put on every light. Because the people who are waking up in the morning, they see the graveyard, but they never see the graveyard in the night. In the night, there's no graveyard. Only in the daytime, under the light. I step out of the gorilla's stomach and I become this child, living my life. My body's copy everywhere. But the light is in my eye, which is just for me to see fantasy around, to see the apple, to see the banana, to see things. But it was not for my life. My life is wind and the darkness where I sleep. I grew every night, and I was 9 months in the dark stomach. And when I get out, I thought I was out, but I was not really out because I make another body and step down with a complete jacket. It's like going inside a parachute, but you think you're going out, but you're not really out. You're just inside the next parachute. The only one who can find me is the thinking inside my mind. And I figured out if I cannot see where the thinking is coming from, and when all the switch all over the wall is gone, the only thing that left is the darkness and the wind, because I close my nose for 5 minutes, I cannot survive the wind, I'm gonna fall down. And when I close my eyes and I'm looking in the light, I can see nothing but darkness. So the light is there telling me, oh, there's light. No, I close my eyes, there is no light. I only see the little soul flashing inside my eyes. So if before, when I don't see the soul, all I see is darkness, and now I can see the soul, but there's this big darkness, but the light is in front of my eyes. Because my eyes is not open, I cannot see the light. It take me to lie in the darkness, and it take me to open my eyes to the light. So the switch go off, all I see is darkness 25 hours a day. Now, what do I feel if my thoughts is not coming from the street? And anything you see in the street, it came from the mind, from the inside. Now, I cannot go to other people and say to them, hey, don't you do this, don't you do that. No. All I'm trying to do is inside my own cage that is built. Other people live in this house. This house is 95 years. But I get this house the last 10 years. So if I double check, there was 85 years, which is the 85 that die, become 10 year, and then she was the 95. And now if I double check what my wind is saying to me, the wind say that there was a 10 that become 10, that become 25, and she was a 85 that died and become 10 as a 95. If I'm living inside this house, and this house is now 95, but they give the house to me when the house is 85, doesn't it say my father, who is right now disappear from the fake sky, become all the light inside the house, but the only reason why the light is there till they see each other, they kiss each other, they turn the light off, then they make love in the darkness, and then they all fall asleep, and my father, the same light in the sky here, is going to the next sky that was sleeping. If I take a look at the monkey, and I take a look at the gorilla, the only thing I can find in them is the wind. You cannot find the monkey in the darkness. You cannot find the monkey that become the Asians in the darkness without the light. You cannot find the gorilla that become us. It is difficult for people to accept the fact that if the gorilla walk and look like us, but we cannot piece it together, that we have hair under our underarm, we have hair below in our part, and some people have hair in their chest. Well, you don't look like the gorilla, but you believe that one drop of sperm is really becoming us out of the stomach. Well, I only know one thing for sure. If the other woman make the boy that gets the other one pregnant, I like to know who make the man before the man pretend to pop out of the woman. But I'm not asking a question. I'm just trying to talk to my father. There is somebody who fuck my mother and who become me to masturbate my mother without her own mind. It take all fathers all over the world to dump paint and then copy their wife body, and the father is living inside the daughters in every houses. The father is living inside the mother that become the son, and the father become the daughter in playing with the daughter. But if the father who make love to my mother is now sleeping, how can the black man who fall asleep supposed to be the mind that gets my mother pregnant? My mother get pregnant, she was sleeping. My father get pregnant, he was sleeping. But my father sleep in the darkness the night before he see the light to get my mother pregnant. So, if the darkness is where people give their mind for 12 hours, but under the light, people don't have time for nobody. You want to talk to somebody for 60 minutes, they don't have time. But in the darkness, you can sleep for 12 hours. You can sleep for 10 hours. Someone wake you up, you're like, don't disturb me, I'm sleeping. So, who is in charge? Does the light take charge of the mind of the people? Or the darkness is program us? Well, I don't ask you, I'm just asking myself. And when this video is my 44 video and I sound so crazy, and my cousin is 44 that died, and the 85 years old house is the last 10 years, I become the 95 inside of it, I only know one thing for sure. Any man who live in the church, or any man who live in the mosque, if you have another answer for me, please challenge me and tell me that the darkness is not my father, that the wind is not my mother. If you can tell me an ordinary creature called my mama in Africa sleeping in the darkness, if she's responsible to make me, I'd like to know why I cannot survive without the wind in my nose, and why I cannot survive without the dark room to fall asleep, and why the light only come when I have to see the nice things around. For the rest, good night everyone. I only know one thing for sure. My father, the little boy in Africa, is just a victim out of another woman's stomach.